Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. The San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy are finalizing a deal on a 5-year, $265 million contract. This is a dream come true. There was no other outcome than this. I don't think that Brock Purdy was going to leave the 49ers as a free agent. I don't think that the 49ers were going to trade him. We just needed to sit down at the table and we needed to figure out how much we were going to pay the man. He made $900,000 the last 3 years as the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. This man saved our 2022 draft. He was pretty much the only good pick that we made this year, and we made him in the 7th round with the last pick of the draft. Mr. Irrelevant. I don't know what the Niners would be without him. We wouldn't have been to the Super Bowl. We definitely wouldn't have been a playoff team. Last year, what were we, 6-11? So we had a bad year last year. We were so bad that this year when the season opponents rolled out, we are going to have the weakest opponents in the NFL. We have the most favorable schedule. We do have to play the Seahawks. We have not really had success against the Cardinals, and we're going to have to play the Rams two times, each one of those teams in our own division. When the 49ers are on, those are games that are all right. The Seahawks, they've probably beat us more than we beat them. I'm sorry to admit that, little Alex, but we're going to have to figure that out. This has been really, really good news. The 49ers also came up with an extension for George Kittle. The last 2 seasons with the 49ers, I thought the writing was on the wall that Kittle was not going to be a 49er much longer. But the 49ers, it's going to be a lot harder from here on out. Brock Purdy's contract only being paid $900,000, being paid less than his backup quarterback the last few years. We're going to have to start penny pinching here and there along the way. This year, when it comes to free agents, we filled up our roster, but our probably biggest signing of the offseason would have to be bringing back Robert Saleh from the New York Jets. He was the coach there the last 3 seasons. The last time that we really had a dominant defense that we weren't pointing at, that we were blaming why we were not winning big games. Robert Saleh was the guy that was leading the charge. He still has stars on that defense. I mean, you're still looking at Nick Bosa on that line. You're still looking at Fred Warner in the middle. But we're going to have to make really good draft picks from here on out to fill those out. And there's a lot of guys on this team that I'll just flat out tell you, I'm not really 100% sure who these guys are and what they're going to be. When it comes to offense, I still have high hopes for what this team could be. I will tell you that honestly, when you're looking at Christian McCaffrey as your starting running back, we have to have hopes that the offseason went a lot better than it did last year. McCaffrey never really got his legs underneath him. He came back really late into the season. Jordan Mason, he had a really good season, but he is now going to be in Minnesota. Isaac Guerendo moves up the depth chart, and what the 49ers have done for the past few years is we're going to draft a running back each and every year to get fresh legs into that backfield. Jordan James, our draft pick, I believe he was in the 5th round. He came from Oregon. He's going to be our number 3 guy back there, and we're going to have to see what he's going to do. I remember when we drafted a draft pick for running back from Oregon, Lamont James, years ago. He never really got his feet underneath him, but that guy was fast, and every time he touched the ball, it was very, very fun. He never really had a big season. I know that he left the Niners. He went to the Dolphins, and he never really had the career that I thought he was going to have. But a running back from Oregon made me think of him, especially having the last name. Brandon Ayuk got hurt last year. Juan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall. He had a good rookie season. He's going to be taking on Deebo Samuel's number. He's going to be number 1 now. We're going to be hoping that Purdy's able to, throw the ball to those receivers. Kittle's still going to be out there. It looked like Juszczyk wasn't going to be there. He got cut, and then he was able to get re-signed. I know that he had a lot of bad feelings about taking a pay cut last season, so I'm surprised that once the headline came out that he was one of the cuts this year, that he would re-sign with us. But I guess it's just the fact of not wanting to move somewhere else from there. But I really do honestly have high hopes for the upcoming season for the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to be opening September 7th against the Seahawks. From there, we play the Saints, the Cardinals, Jaguars, Rams. We have Tampa Bay, October 12th. I do have a fear about the bye week being week 14, basically not being able to, if anything bad happens, to take a break and say, hey, we need to hit timeout. But the good thing about the bye week being so late in the season is if we aren't on a roll, that bye week's going to help us to refresh, into the playoffs, especially if we're able to come out with a number 1 seed, have a bye for the first round of the playoffs. That would be freaking awesome. I mean, that is just lights in the stars. I don't know. I feel really, really, good about the 49ers. I placed a bet, not a huge bet. When I was in Vegas for WrestleMania 41, I took $20 to win $400 something, if I remember right, for the Niners to win the Super Bowl. So let's go, man. This is really, really good news to top off the day. I really feel strongly about this team, but as an asterisk on the end of that, I think a lot of that is, around what Christian McCaffrey is going to be. I know that when we drafted Garendo from where'd he come from? Louisville, I think is where he came from. I was excited to see him. He was returning punts last year, but I don't know. I kind of feel a little bit scared if McCaffrey's not in the backfield, full time. We're going to have to see what goes on with that. But, man, Purdy getting that deal, I'm pumped.